So here, I got
Oh yeah.
my Bible back,
Show it
right?
off.
I got three ribbons in there. I'll open it up. I don't know how this is gonna come across, but like it's really like sturdy, um,
Oh, yours looks
very
like it's got
stiff,
a
and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
this dark brown leather. And I went with your guy, your cousin,
It
I
is my
think it
cousin.
is.
Yep, yep.
Um, and honestly, the thing that made me, two things made me want to go with him. One is because friend of a friend kind of a deal. Always like to support people
Yeah.
that I know. And the other was Shauna had one that she had heard really good things about, and she follows them on like Instagram or whatever. And I looked, and they go through like the whole process in their videos about how they, deconstruct and reconstruct and all the things they do, but their leather didn't look as good as your guy.
Mm.
So, and I will say, so I got the Bible back, and man, it smells like new leather. It smells so good. People said it's like the new car smell. No, it's like you ever get a pair of like leather like boots or something? Like that's like, oh man, smells amazing. I'm just like sitting there in church yesterday. So I was in with our middle school people, and I'm just sitting there like in our huddle, just like smelling my Bible. Like it probably came across
Looking
pretty
like a
weird,
crack
but
addict. Yeah.
it's
That's
so
okay.
cool. I'm happy to have it. It's been a while since I've taken my Bible anywhere because it didn't have a cover on it, and I didn't want to, mess it up. I like it, just didn't have a cover. So now I can proudly bring it out with me. So, um, I paid for it. Um, no deal.
Yeah,
Just I
sorry.
wanted to. No, no, I'm not complaining. I just it's like, oh yeah, I'm sure. Like, I'm 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 sure it's great if you're getting a deal. But no, I didn't. I paid just like anybody else would. Um, yeah, and it was great. He told me like 3 or 4 weeks. I think I got it back in like I think I didn't
You
have
had a
my
really
Bible for
fast
2 weeks.
turnaround. Yeah.
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 So it was fast. Um and yeah, man. And he was, very responsive, answered questions through email and stuff. Yeah, it was great. So I highly recommend. I will read it. A Statement Leatherworks.
That's right. Yep.
Reach out to one of us if you can't find it. But
I'll put him back down on the drop in the show notes and yeah, that's awesome.
yeah, man.
Well, and mention the attention to detail thing you were telling me about a
Oh
couple days
yeah.
ago.
So this is just kind of, a silly thing, but um I was trying to remember where in Acts that I left off. Um I knew it was around like, Paul and Lydia and the converted jailer and that area. And I was like, it's around 15 somewhere. I can't remember exactly where I left off. Because it's been a couple weeks, but
Hmm.
man, one of the ribbons he put in the place I had it, which, I thought that was awesome because, oh, I didn't have to go back and figure out where I was. But I don't know, just man, those little like attention to detail things, like that's
They're
what you get
helpful.
when you go with like a, small business, someone trying to hustle and get, and be successful and stuff. I don't know, it just made me smile. So I shared that with you. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
one, may not sound like a huge thing. It was a big thing for me. So
I
anyway,
think that's something that helps make his product from a customer service standpoint is he takes painstaking care to treat your Bible as if it were his own. Like he doesn't want you to lose your place. He's respectful of the notes that are in there and things of that nature. So
yeah.
um it's really cool.
Yeah,
It's
and I
really
didn't
cool.
know I didn't know if there was like what he was gonna be able to do. Um, but like the thick kind of like front page and back page that are
Mm-hmm.
usually in like big books like this and Bibles and stuff. So those he took out and he replaced them with I don't know what it is. It's almost like a felt kind of.
It's like a felt board because it's
Yeah.
thicker. Mine have it too, but I
I just kind
appreciate
of
it.
like I'm sitting here and here I'll show you. It's like it's
Hmm.
nice and soft. I just want to pet it. So nice.
Now it's getting weird. Now it's
Now it's getting weird.
I understand the sniffing and huddle. It just got strange. I'm gonna just pet the dead cow. Moo.
So yeah, I'm excited. Um, he does good. He does good work. Um, and yeah, I had to go with the large size.
Yep.
So it's kind of different sizes. Um, and that was the most expensive one, which was 150. So if
Which for those out there that might be like, you could buy a new Bible. Few arguments. One, you could, but then you're starting all over if it's not been your daily
true.
reader or whatever your purposes, your purposes and intentions are with that particular copy that you have. Most people, if they're rebinding, it's some sentimental, whether it's been passed down through family, whether it's been your daily reader since you were 17 or since your day of salvation or whatever. Secondly, in the rebinding market, that is actually comparable, if not just a
Hmm.
touch below market price. I'm sure this is his personal business, so I would presume he's got it set up so he's making some revenue. And part of that's just for him. I think it's just him and maybe a friend who helps him occasionally depend on some other products because they don't just do Bibles. They've done one sheath. I've got a knife that I want them to put work on a sheath for us. So next time I see him, we'll chat about it. They do like glasses cases and wallets and stuff
Yeah.
like that. They started in wallets. Um, but like 150 is actually, because I mean, I've looked at a couple other rebinding companies and it usually starts inching up toward 200 for those larger Bibles. So, I mean, I actually think that's a really good. And like Chad said, the quality of leather that you're getting from the grain, the communication he gives on if you want your ends to be furnished or burnt, how many ribbons. I think he only goes up to three. Um, and then he's got a laser engraving machine. So, like if you want your Bible stamped on it, or not your Bible, your name stamped on your Bible
Yeah.
or something else. I mean, you're getting a full service product for sure.
Yeah, and so I did a lot of research into this. Um, I had heard about a guy here local, and I don't know what happened with that, but whatever. And then a few online. I had considered donating it, and it's one of those things where it's labor intensive, and you're also paying for somebody that has put in the hours and they know how to do this stuff. It's just kind of one of those things. It's like you're paying for expertise. And so yeah, may seem like a lot, but yeah, man, the materials seem great. So I am super happy. Simultaneously wishing I would have done this a lot sooner, but also realizing that I probably would have had to go with someone else because I didn't
You
know
would have
about
had
your
to,
guy,
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So
No,
um
my cousin just jumped into this as one of those. We looked on Facebook. Yeah, this was back in like November, I think, November, October, and he had taken his old. I think he start with his dad's Bible or just it was like his small group leader. His small
oh
group leader
gotcha.
was like, "Hey, you work with leather." He was like, "Here, just practice. Like, here's my Bible. It's falling apart. Like, what's the worst you can do?"
Practice.
kind of deal. And man, my cousin sweated like I think 8 hours. YouTube video stayed up all night, and he did. Cause I remember texting at one point. He's like, he was up at 2 a.m. still working on a Bible one time. Um, but it turned out really great. And then for him, there's this beauty of he also enjoys seeing the stories that come out of some of these Bibles and seeing what notes or what passages have been underlined as he's delicately working with the text. And it's cool, man. It's a cool statement. Rip on his name there a little bit.
Yeah, very nice. Well
Yeah,
done.
man.